A high-profile Chatham County case is moving forward 6 months after a crash that claimed the life of a beloved local educator. The man charged in the death of Dr. Linda Davis was back before a judge today. WSAV's Nikia Harris joins us now with the latest from the courtroom and where the case goes from here.
Now, Ben Vasquez-Lopez was present in court this morning and entered a not guilty plea to 1 count of homicide by vehicle in the first degree. The case now moves forward as the defense prepares for the next stage of the proceedings.
Your Honor, will waive formalities, enter a plea of not guilty, and request to move forward to a jury trial.
Now, the crash happened February 16th on Whitfield Avenue. The Department of Homeland Security says Vasquez-Lopez was trying to flee federal immigration agents when he crashed into Davis's vehicle. During a preliminary hearing earlier this year, investigators testified he was driving more than 70 miles per hour in a 35-mile-per-hour zone just seconds before the crash. Homeland Security says Vasquez-Lopez was an undocumented immigrant who had been issued an order of removal in 2024. The Davis family spoke with us back in March about the loss of Linda.
She loved her family, she loved her job, she loved her students.
She loved you.
Figure out how to go about life as she would.
Now, the defense says it has not yet received all of the discovery in the case. The judge says the next step is a trial docket call, but a trial date may not be set at that hearing. Instead, the court may get an update on the status of the case. Vasquez-Lopez remains in custody. Nikia Harris, WSAV News 3 on your side.
Nikia, thank you. Developing now in Savannah, 3 people displaced after a fire at a duplex on 41st Street. Savannah Fire says crews were called to the 600 block of 41st Street around 3:30 this afternoon. The fire was brought under control just before 3:50. No injuries have been reported. We are working to learn what caused it, and we will bring you updates as we get them. A man is facing a felony charge after police say he attacked another man with a hatchet in Chatham County. Chatham County police have charged 37-year-old Dominic Miller with aggravated assault. Investigators say the victim encountered Miller at the Thunderbird Motel on Ogeechee Road yesterday morning. Police say the two spoke briefly before Miller attacked the man with a hatchet. The victim was able to fight Miller off and drive himself to a hospital. Around the same time, officers received a report of a man trying to throw a hatchet onto traffic near I-516 in Ogeechee. Miller is now being held at the Chatham County Detention Center. Police are looking for a suspect after more businesses were burglarized in Savannah's Starland District weeks after a string of break-ins there. Take a look at these surveillance images. Savannah police say someone broke into Over Yonder on Abercorn Street around 3:40 yesterday morning. Police say another nearby business was also burglarized later in the morning. If you recognize the suspect in these images, you're asked to contact Savannah police. This comes after at least 3 Starland businesses reported multiple break-ins last month, with owners reporting stolen cash, inventory, and property damage. Police have not said whether the recent burglaries are connected to those earlier cases. A hearing tomorrow could shape Alec Murdaugh's upcoming murder retrial. Prosecutors want to use portions of his testimony from his first trial as evidence. His defense is seeking more DNA testing on evidence found under Maggie Murdaugh's fingernail, and they want the retrial moved from Colleton to Charleston County. The hearing begins at 10 in the morning tomorrow in Lexington County. WSAV will have live coverage on WSAV.com and WSAV Plus, with complete coverage starting on First News at 4. In South Carolina, 3 suspects now in custody in connection with the deadly shooting of a high school student as he was boarding the bus for school. Authorities say that 17-year-old Jamiltron Fair Jr. was shot and killed while trying to board the bus in Gaffney. The Cherokee County Sheriff's Office says 17-year-old Reginald Barnes Jr. was taken into custody last night. 18-year-old Kevin Covington and a 3rd suspect are now in custody as well. Barnes and Covington are both charged with murder and possession of a deadly weapon during a violent crime. Investigators say an unidentified man approached Fair, and the two got into a fight before Fair was shot. Fair was set to graduate from high school early in December. Georgia Senator John Ossoff is launching an inquiry into delays getting military families into privatized housing at Fort Stewart. Ossoff is demanding answers from housing contractor Balfour Beatty after hearing reports that some homes are not ready when families arrive at the installation. He's asking the company how long it takes on average to prepare a home for a new family and how Fort Stewart's turnaround times compare to other military bases. OSAV says delays can force families to find other places to stay, creating a financial strain and potentially impacting military readiness. The inquiry comes 1 month after OSAV released a report detailing complaints about privatized housing on Fort Stewart and Fort Benning, including mold, flooding, and lead exposure. In our economic report now, for businesses across our region, the start of a new school year can also mean a boost to the bottom line. Thousands of Georgia Southern University students are returning to campuses, bringing their spending power with them. And WSAV's Evan Smoke joins us now from our Statesboro Bureau with what that means for the local economy.
Now, 34,000 students are set to take classes through Georgia Southern this fall, including a record-breaking freshman class of 6,500. And moving back here to Statesboro or Savannah means $1 billion of impact for the coastal empire. Now, the latest data that was released today from the University System of Georgia shows GSU had a $1.2 billion impact on our region. School officials say students spend money, fill jobs, attract new businesses around campuses, and create higher demand for local products. And that 2025 annual report from the USG says Georgia Southern students spent almost $485 million in the region last year.
The amount of spending that they bring into the community is astronomical, and it's a really big driver of a lot of our retail economy and a lot of the restaurants and a lot of the other kind of consumer goods market that we have in this area. I'd say easily half of the retail market is student spending.
Now, students will be moving back to the 3 campuses tomorrow. Operation Move-In will be set up in Statesboro, Savannah, and Swainsboro, with the 2 earliest, Statesboro and Savannah, starting at 8:30 tomorrow morning. Reporting live from the Statesboro Bureau, Evan Smoke, WSAV News 3, on your side.
Evan, thank you. Happening tonight, Tybee Island leaders will hear from the public about a proposed overhaul of the city's short-term rental rules. The proposal would replace existing regulations with new rules covering permits and enforcement while limiting rentals in residential areas and allowing more in areas where tourism is already concentrated. The hearing comes just days after a judge sided with the city in a lawsuit challenging its authority to regulate short-term rentals in residential areas. Tonight's public hearing starts at 6:30 in the Tybee Island Public Safety Building. A second hearing is set for August 27th. A project years in the making is now taking shape in the Lowcountry with a focus on inclusion, opportunity, and a greater sense of community. WSAV's Danielle Ruddy was in Hardeeville as leaders marked a major milestone for Osprey Village.
Officials broke ground today on Osprey Village, a new community designed to give adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities a place to live independently, while also providing opportunities to join the workforce.
I'm super excited to be one of the first residents here.
And she's not the only one excited. Leaders say this project has been years in the making, and today was just the beginning. The 25-acre property will feature 1 and 2 bedroom floor plans that will provide residents with private, safe, and comfortable living spaces, while also receiving services like transportation and daily check-ins. Community leaders say this building will also serve as a learning opportunity for neighbors.
The parts of the mission for Osprey Village is to help people in sort of mainstream communities understand that these folks are perfectly capable of living an independent life, contributing to our local economy, and being productive and happy and healthy citizens with the rest of us. So there's an incredible learning opportunity here.
Today's groundbreaking marks the start of Phase 1, and leaders say they hope their first residents can move into their new homes by next summer. In Hardeeville, I'm Danielle Ruddy, WSAV News 3 on your side.